this is the demo piece of plastic that we will be restoring back to new. It is the window cowl from my 1998 Porsche Boxster that I just removed, and I'm going to be using a couple steps to bring it back. The first step is to clean it really well. I'll spare you guys all the cleaning details, but I use this stuff on my motorcycles and it is awesome, so figured I'd just use it on this, and we're just gonna clean it in the bathtub because it is freezing outside. If you guys have used this stuff before, you know that just a little bit goes a really long way, so you can just do a light spray on the front of it, and that's plenty for the whole thing, and just make sure you rinse it off really well. I have not finished rinsing mine off, but as you wash it, you will notice that there's a little rubber piece of trim here, so we're gonna remove that because we do not want to heat this thing, and it will just peel off. We don't want to apply our heat gun on that because we don't want to melt it. So remove that. So after cleaning it and drying it off, you can see how gray it is and how much damage the sun has done to it. And you can see on the back where it has not been in the sun what normal plastic looks like. And even underneath it on the bottom, it is nice and black and dark. So let's get this part fixed. The reason this is dull and gray is because of the UV rays from the sun. It has deteriorated this, and if it had any UV protection, it is long gone and starting to wear away at the plastic. So the theory of the heat gun is what it does is this is made out of oils, and it brings some of those oils up to the top part of the surface. You can see that the other parts still have the oil all the way at the surface, and I've heard mixed reviews on this. Some people say that it will not last, it will deteriorate the plastic, it won't last as long, you can only do this so many times, and that makes a lot of sense because this thing only has so much oil in it, so you can only do that so many times. And I've also heard that a lot of the products that are sold over the counter to restore this don't work either because they'll just wash off. So I'm going to do the heat method just to test it out for myself. Any old heat gun should work. I have a Porter cable one. I'll try to put a link to it in the description below, but I have it on a fairly low setting. And I'm gonna fire it up. And I'm just gonna slowly start on an area here. Just moving it around, it's not keeping the heat on one area for a really long time. And you'll see what happens as I see what happens. I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit. There you go, you can see it starting to work here. All right, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to keep working on this and show you the final product when it's done. Here's the progress report after about 10 minutes. This is the side I did. You can see the line here where I stopped and the original. All right, I've been doing it for a while and you can see I stopped right here. I'm getting the hang of it. It's kind of like painting or spraying paint. So my new strategy is I have it about the same temperature I had it last time, but I get it really close and just work it back and forth like a spray gun almost. I mean, I just kind of layer it like a spray gun. So it's just like applying several coats. Just keep going back and forth over it, trying to get it as even as possible. All right, so here is the after. It's all done now. It is not completely perfect or uniform, but it is much, much, much better than it was before. And times like this, again, remind me why I got the worst paint job ever. So now that most of the blackness has been restored, it's obvious that there is no more UV protection. So after applying the heat, I'm going to try to put some of that protection back. All right, guys, fast forward 2 days because I had to order some UV protectant for this plastic. Didn't realize I didn't have anything, so I did a little research and found that 303 makes one that gets really good reviews and a lot of people use. Plus, I've used 303 products in the past, and they're fantastic. Directions say just to spray it on a clean, dry surface, and then wipe off with microfiber towel until it's completely dry. So we'll do this section right here. Nice and shiny. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this everywhere. Yes, this thing looks very nice and new now. So in case you don't remember, this is what it looked like before. And after the magical transformation, this is what it looks like now. All right, here's an interesting fact. I thought that the caps for the wiper arms were pretty black until I did the cowl. And now that it's black, they looked really gray. So I went ahead and heat treated them as well and got them back to black. All right, the moment of truth. Here it is back installed on the car in case you forgot what we started with. Here is our original plastic and here is our new finish. So the big question that everybody's gonna be asking in the comments is this gonna last? Or maybe they're not gonna ask that, they're just gonna assume and say that it's not gonna last. This is a terrible thing to do, whatever. All the videos that I've seen just show you one way to do it, but they don't follow it up with, hey, did it last? Did it work? Is it permanent like they claim? Well, of course I can't answer that right now, but I will later. So if you're subscribed to this channel, you will be notified when I do that test later on. So probably in 6 months to a year, I'll do a follow-up video to show you how it is held up. So until then, I'll be bringing you a ton of other projects. I got a lot of stuff lined up that I'm excited about. I'm gonna give you a hint. There is one part of my car that still looks really old and like it was from 1998, and that is the headlights. So coming soon, dun dun dun. So thanks for everybody for watching, my subscribers, my members, and to all of you at home, good night until next time.